it will finish this program here. I mean, it's not continue. Am I right, Peter?
You mean return 0?
Yes, yes.
Return 0 is because main is a function, and function has a return result.
Yes, yes.
Here 0 is the result to be returned. What's the meaning of 0? 0 is that if you run this program successful and return the right of execution to the system, okay?
Yes, Peter. Yes, Peter.
Yeah. And also 0 is corresponding with int. Int. You see the int before main?
Peter, if 0 means false, I mean 1 means true, or 0 means false.
No. Here, 0 is a special meaning, has some special meaning. Return 0 here, because this is the main function. You cannot return 0 in your defined function. I've said main function is a system function, okay, in the C programming.
Yes, Peter.
Yeah, you have one and only one main function in your C programming.
This is
description.
Yes,
Description.
Yes.
This is just only description. It will not be executed. Okay?
Yes, Peter. This is my second program.
Yeah.
It. This is my result.
Yeah.
My little program is about 2 number pin. I defined 3 variables here. One N1, N2, and sum. Then I get input N1 and N2. Then sum equal N1 plus N2. Then I print N1 this and N2 this number, and sum is 30.
Yeah. So if you want to print 3 numbers, you use %d. Here %d means placeholder.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's for integer number. It is for integer number.
Yeah, it's int type. D means int type.
Yes.
And here you use scanf. Scanf means what?
It's for get input.
Input.
Yes, get input.
So can you run this code and input something?
Yes, sir. Like this.
Like this, yeah. This code wait for you to input something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And sometimes, if others don't know what to do, you'd better to write a printf before scanf. Write printf.
Printf.
Write printf. Write something before scanf.
Uh, I don't understand.
I mean, if you want your others know what you want to do, you'd better write a printf function before scanf function. You understand?
You mean this?
Yeah. No, no, no. No, no, no. Write some explanation. I mean, printf, write something. Yeah, input something. Please input. Yeah. That's right. Input two numbers. Yeah. Then others know what you want to do.
Yes, teacher. You mean user friendly?
Yes, right. Yeah, like this.
Yes, teacher. I got it.
Okay, good.
Thank you, teacher.
So scanf is input and printf is output.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Okay.
Can I pause my screen, teacher?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. How about the others? Only one guy finishing his homework. This part is important because I want you to know you understand how to use the environment. The environment is your tool to program.
Well, actually, I have problem. In this code, I don't understand why in the homework it was just here A and B.
A and B, what is that? You finish that? How about the others?
Well, actually, I have a problem. My GCC library was deleted. I will restart it and run the code again. I'm sorry.
That's no problem. How about the others? Does anyone else? How about you? No? Why? I hope you guys can install Visual Studio firstly. If you don't install that, then you do nothing in my class. You just watch what others doing. Understand? Because this is programming. If you just don't exercise, you don't know how to program. Okay? GCC is not working. Why? Okay, we do attendance check, please. Can you see the screen? You finished the attendance check? You finish? Attendance check. Okay, good. I will close that. If you guys still don't run scan the codes, then you may be taken as absent. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we review a little bit. Can't add any two numbers. The difference between this one and this one is a read mark. Here. The first one give numbers to N1, N2 directly. And these numbers can, when you run the codes, okay? Just like the guys who run the codes and ask this guy to write printf before that. Like this. Numbers. And this meaning the address. We call this upsum. This symbol upsum. And this is the address of N1 and address of N2. Because if you want to input numbers, input numbers to N1 and 2, for example, 20, 30. To N1 and 2, you have to know where are the N1 and N2, right? So you have to know the address of N1 and N2, okay? So if you want to use scanf function, scanf, you input upsum before N1 and N2, okay? And this is placeholder, which is the date format. Percent %d means in type, integral, okay? In type. And this is in type. You input two integrals, N1 and 2. And when you want to output that, here, you don't see the address, right? Because you can fetch the value directly by the lane, okay? By the lane of A, B, and so on. So this is the difference. If you want to input, you have to know the address. If you want to output, you just only need to know the lane of this variable, okay? How about the others? Do you understand that? In the C programming, you have to follow the programming style using indent. We call this indent. And this, if you want to use brackets, this is called alignment. You have two alignments. And this part is the insider. The more commas and suitable blankets, which can make you program clearly, okay? If you don't use this symbol, maybe you can run a right program, but not good program, okay? You can get the right results, but if you give your code to others can hard to understand what's your meaning of your program. Okay? So new suggestions can help you coder more readable. Okay? And identifiers. Identifiers are the names for variables, data types, functions, file, arrays, pointers in your program. In our previous examples, here, I, j, some are identifiers, okay? And keywords, void, main, int, for. These symbols we call reserved words, reserved by system. So these are the keywords. So when you want to define identifiers, identifiers must be different from keywords. Once your identifiers are declared, you can use in your program. Otherwise, you can't. Okay? And in Python, I say a little bit about Python. Python is different from C programming. Python, identifiers in Python can be used directly, which means that you can use Python like this. Define identifiers in Python like this, okay? This is good for Python, but it's wrong in C programming, okay? If you want to use an identifier in C programming, you have to declare it like this, declare it, okay? In C programming, once declared, identifier can be used in later program statements to refer to the associated value. So how to define identifier? We can use letters. These are the letters from A to Z, uppercase A to Z, a numeral from 0 to 9. And you have to follow the rule. The first chapter of identifier must be the letters or underline, which means that you cannot use numeral as your first letter. And we have said many times about keywords. Keywords in C. 32 keywords in C. For, int, if, data type, void, while. You will see these keywords many times in the following chapters. They have special meaning, okay? Reserved by system. So you cannot use keywords as your identifiers, okay? Don't use keywords as identifier. Okay, this is our previous content. We go on. So how to do programming? How to do programming? In C programming, from beginning to the end, you get through this process. Coding, compile, linking, and execution. Execute. Normally, we only sit in this period, edit, and the following job are given to the system, okay? Including compiler, linker, and execute. We only do this part, edit. That's like your homework, right? Write a program into the system, into the editor, just like a hello world. Hello.c. When you finish editing, you save your documents as C type, okay? And also, if you have a big system, you have to include some hand file, use .h. H means hand file. Hand file. After that, you submit your code to compiler, and then compiler will compile your code as OBJ. OBJ means objective. Then link with the library. Here library, you have C printed. This kind. Link your code with library function, and then you get another OBJ code. And then execute. Here, exe. You see this type, exe? This means execute, executable, okay? The programming environment for C includes integrated development environment, C, Visual Studio, and CodeBlock. C is like that. It's very old, okay? And we don't use that in nowadays. But the step is the same. First step, coding, is your job. This part is important. You have to follow the syntax of C programming. If you don't follow that, then you cannot compile successfully, okay? The compiler will check your code, check whether you follow the rule of C programming. If you follow the syntax, then it can recognize your code. Otherwise, it cannot recognize your code and then cannot compile your code. And step 3, is link obj library function with other files, with your files. And then finally you can run exe. This is the Turbo C. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4. Finally, you can get the result. Understand? Coding. You write code in the editor like this. After that, you compile the code. OBJ. Because you include printf file, printf function, the link with the library function, and finally you get the result. Here, what you are doing. Print the string on the screen. And this is the Visual C++. I don't know if you follow this guidance. And I want to know who shared his code to me. The first guy. What's your name?
My name is Mustafa.
Can you show us the whole process of how to create a C file? Because others don't know how to do that.
You mean set up local environment?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, yes, sir. Sure.
Like this. Because this is a little older. It's Visual C++. And can you give us the whole process? Like this. The first step, like this. The first step, second step, create a project, and then new project information, and give a name to your file like this. Like this. One step by step. Then compile, link, and execute. Output. Okay, can you show us the whole process?
Yes, sir.
From beginning.
First, we need set up our C compiler. Our
You use Visual Studio. What's your edition? Can you write a description
Yes.
file and share to others?
I use this VS Code. First of all, we need to search VS Code on Google like this. Then we need to click here because we need a C compiler extension to install our text editor. So first install this software from this website. This is the website. I'm using Windows, so I need to download this.
This one, the first one?
Yes, it's the first one because I'm using Windows. Take some time to download.
How big is that?
Yes, sir.
The file size. It seems that it's not very big, right?
72.19
72.
MB. Yes, only.
So can you write a description file, guidance? Can you write guidance for others?
You must need download this software and install. I hope we know how to install any software.
After you finish installing, you get that, right?
Yes, I don't understand.
This is the download file, right?
Yes, we need
Which one is that? This one, the second one.
This file, and I'll show you the website. This is the website. Suppose you already finished install VS Code your PC, then this is the second step. You must install this extension. VS Code recipe. Yes, this extension. This is VS Code extension. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is the extension. You can search manually on here. You just click here and you will show a button like this.
Yeah, compile, right?
Yes,
This is your
sir.
compile edition.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Then now another step. This is the second side. You need to visit here because our PC have not any local environment. To set
What is
up local
that?
environment,
What is that?
this is a MSOS2. It's C
The
compiler.
local environment for C.
Local environment. Yes, yes, yes. You need to download this file. I already downloaded. Yeah, this is the file. Then you need to install it like this. Actually, I already download this. That's why I get error. So suppose you also you also install it on your system. So next step is you must go to your C drive, then MSOS, uh, then Ninja W64, then click here and copy this path from here. Okay, then click your Windows button and search ENV. Yes, this is your machine ENV system. You click uh, environment variable, then click tab and edit, then new tab
Pass, system pass, right?
and yes, Peter. Then paste it here. I already did it on the top, so I don't need this. Then okay, then okay, then okay. Yes. Then I create a folder here for C programming. Then open it on your video VS Code. If you want to open it manually, you can do, but I'm using a CMD here. Then you need to create a C file first. Let's see. Then write your program here. If you write your program, then if you want to run this code, you can click this button. That's all. So,
Can you write the code and get the result?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Use run symbol. Include.
Yes, Peter.
Hashtag include.
Hashtag include.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
No,
You
no,
still
no.
do
Here's
it wrong.
the
No, you're wrong. Here. This one is wrong. You include.
Yes.
Just like this.
Yes, control F. Yes, and click this little button. Is this is hello world.
Yes, you click the right button, right? Click this one.
Yes, Stephen. This is the uh, button here.
Run
If
code.
you You must install this extension from VS Code. You can manually search here. Dot done. Then install it or this little button. Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
So after class, can you write a full guidance, one step for others? Can you? Okay. Attendance check. Wait for a while. Wait for a while. This is the false. Yes, scan code. You finish? You finish? Okay.别人跟我说到103放到里面。放在地上，不要放桌子上。放在地上面，不要放桌子上面。那个包裹有点脏了。对，你不要放桌子上面，直接OK。Okay, do you see the PPT? The first chapter is the introduction, and then we go deeper into more details, okay? I'll give you more details about input, output, basic data type. In this chapter, you will know the following conceptions: C program structure, basic data type, input-output function, more details about that, and common programming error. You have seen that, right? We get through this process, editor, preprocessor, and preprocessor also means include this one. Preprocessor is include. Before you process the codes, we call preprocessor. An editor is that program is created using editor and stored on disk. Compiler creates object file and stores on disk. A linker creates a.out, also object, obj. If your system is Unicode, then OUT is object file. If your system is Windows, OBJ is your object file. A loader puts a program in memory. Okay? This is different. Here is disk. But when you want to run the code, the loader will put your program from disk to memory. Here, this is no disk, memory. And the CPU takes each instruction and executes it, and storing new data values as the program executes, like this, sum. Equals a plus b, the value of a plus b will be getted, and then store the value to sum. Okay, when execute order, this code it stores new values. You understand the whole process? How you order the computer to execute the code for us. And this is more detail. Word processor is used to type, and then you get a source file, and the compiler attempts to translate program into machine code. This part, if you compile successful, then you get object file. Otherwise, the compiler will present error messages. Okay? Here, error messages normally appears when you don't follow the rule. Okay? Wrong syntax. Or miss semicolon, or you get a wrong bracket, miss some bracket. Then library function, the linker will resolve course reverse among object files by linker, and then you get an executable file. And the loader will put here, this part is translated into binary. Loader will copy executable file into memory. And with the input data, here, CPU executes the code with your inputting data, and then you can get final results. Okay? Here is a simple program in C, just like us. The first example, hello world, right? Firstly, we call this preprocessor, okay? Include. Preprocess. And this, you should use this one. And the file. And then print 3 statements by using 3 printf function. Here, in our first example, we use int, right? If you use int here, then you must use return. Return 0. If you don't use int type, you just only use void, then you are not necessary to use that. Okay? Void means nothing, right? So you don't return nothing. So you don't need to use return 0. Right? Then, when you write the code into the editor, the program will produce the following output on your screen. I love programming. You will love it. This part. So, can you tell me what's the difference between the second one from the third one and the first one? Can you notice the difference? No?
No slash n.
Yes, slash n. Here. Slash n. Slash n. The first one, the third one have slash n here. And the second one don't use slash n. Slash n means what? Here, slash n. This one, slash n. This means what? You see the output? Here. This is the first part, first printf. This is second. And this is the third. Right? So slash n means what?
New paragraph. Or go back to the line.
New line. Okay? See? If you print the first element, then here, we call this new line, right? But the seconds don't use slash n. So the third output is printed directly. If we use slash n on second line, then the third one will print here. Okay? Do you understand that? Slash n, the meaning of slash n. Can you run the code on your laptop? Run this code on your laptop and see the meaning of slash n. Who finished that? Who finished? Write /n here. And then tell me what's the difference. If you input /n here, then the third line will be here, right? So this is the meaning of /n. It's a control, okay? I help you to print the results to the new line. And what is preprocessor? A C program line begins with this one. Provides an instruction to the C preprocessor. Executed before the actual compilation. The most common directive is this one with include. In our example, include head file, identifier stand file for stand inputs and outputs needed by printf and scanf. So this one, preprocessor, this part, and file, okay? Identify the start of the program. Every C program has a main function. And the main also keywords. we cannot use it for any other variable. And we have four common ways of main declaration. The first one, int, return 0. Int, return 0, okay? If you put int before main, then you must return 0, okay? And void, if you use void, then you can return 0, it's not necessary, okay? And this one, void is not very important, okay? You can, this is your habit, okay? Void is that, void here. This one is not very important. You can use and here. Their function is the same, okay? But this one is important, int. If you use int and you don't use return 0, then it will report error message, okay? So please check the four main ways of main function declaration on your laptop. You understand? Hello? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it on your laptop. Then let me check. If you finish, tell me.
What should I do?
Exercise for the four common ways of main declaration.
Okay.
Okay. Mm. Mm. It works? Let me check. Okay, good. Share. Okay, I sent the PPT to the group, WeChat group. Okay, we finish our course for the morning. Then we go on afternoon. And I will give you new ID. Okay? New ID.
Okay, nice.
Because last week you went older ID. Okay? Okay, see you afternoon.